All right, so in part two, we're going to look at everything World War II and life after World War II in Georgia. So remember, World War II, FDR didn't want to go to war because we had just got out of World War One not too long ago, and we were still dealing with the Great Depression ourselves down here or in America. So, but he did want to help our buddies out that were fighting in the war. So he signed what was called the Lend Lease Act. So remember, the Lend Lease Act was pretty much we were lending and leasing weapons and money to our buddies, our allies that were fighting in the war without us sending troops. Now, the thing that got us into World War II was the bombing of Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. So in FDR's speech to pretty much say we're declaring war on Japan, he said this is a day that will live in infamy. So when it comes to World War II on the Georgia front, we did a few things to help with the war. So we supplied military training camps like in World War One we did. But we also had our Bell Bomber plant, and this was a plant that was in Marietta, and they built B-29 bombers, which are these little planes right here. So men, women, all these different Georgians helped really produce these bombers to send off to war. And we also had our shipyards, which is remember Savannah and Brunswick are our two main shipyards in Georgia, and they were known for building Liberty ships. So Liberty ships also sent off troops and weapons to Europe to help fight the war. So these two things both have in common, and if you ever see this on the milestone, it's going to be an answer. Both of these help provide thousands of jobs to Georgians, but this war also helped us get out of the Great Depression because now we're making money. People are getting jobs, so because they're getting jobs, they're going to make money, spend money, and in the end, America helped got out of the Depression. All right, so two influential military advocates during this time period were Richard Russell and Carl Vinson. So remember, Carl Vinson is nicknamed the father of two ocean navy. So both of these men pretty much had in common is they both wanted to increase military spending, military training camps, and pretty much put more emphasis on military defense. And then Richard Russell was the one that bought a lot of training camps to Georgia, but also he bought the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, that's still around today. Now, life after World War II, remember, we were before World War II and during the Depression or pre Depression, we were very big on farmland and farm. So now you have the invention of tractors and trailers and things of that nature that really were taking the place of farmers because if you have machines that can do it quicker, you don't really need as many laborers. So, because we had different machines like tractors that were really taking over farmers' jobs, now farmers are getting fired and unemployed. So, there was a big population shift. Remember, from rural areas, remember rules like country life, farm life, to urban areas like Atlanta in search for work. Now, two of our prominent Atlanta mayors during this time period were Ivan Allen and William Hartsfield. So remember, they were very prominent because a lot of things they did really um, sent not America, sorry, Atlanta into the forefront of America's eyes. So Ivan Allen, when he came to office, he removed all the segregation signs from City Hall. He allowed black officers to arrest. It's supposed to say whites. That's a typo. He brought professional sports teams to Atlanta, like the Hawks, Falcons, Braves, and Thrashers, who are all around today. He also was the one that really helped start with the development of building rail and highways that we use today. William Hartsfield, so remember he's a Hartsfield and Hartsfield Jackson. He brought aviation or the airport to Atlanta. He also was the one that really helped integrate. And remember, integrate means to pretty much not separate anymore, bring together the schools down here in Atlanta. And he coined this phrase, the city too busy to hate. So that really made people more comfortable to come move down here to Atlanta, which, again, if you got people that are moving down here, is going to bring more money to the state and the city. And last thing, the three governors controversy, to keep it simple. Remember, Eugene Talmadge died before he was reelected to as governor. He died before he took office. So it was a big whole controversy about who should be governor. In the end, pretty much the winner was Herman Talmadge because there was a special election that said that Herman Talmadge, the people of Georgia voted that Herman Talmadge should be the governor of Georgia. That's it.